Stad in Haag. Radio Stad in Haag. Iventi d'azzurro, il Lava Italo Disco.
Yeah, I do care. I really do care that you stay along and stay with us tonight. Because, you know, I'm an enthusiastic guy and I always have a motive to be enthusiastic and to be happy to play tracks for you out of my archive and sometimes also from the internet, or there are suggestions made by other people that we can have inside the show. Each and every week we are live and, well, because we have so many fan friends all over the world, we try to do as best as we can to do it in English. But tonight also we have a little bit extra. We have an Italian flavor. But for people who are really afraid maybe that they could miss something that Roberto Galanto, because that's the guy, that they could miss something of his comments, he is a perfect speaker also in English. And some words even in Dutch. So he's a great guy. He's a cantautore, a singer-songwriter, and usually it's nothing to do with the 80s. But you know, when it's a good friend, when somebody is so involved in the music and deserves more attention, who am I to deny it? Because that's a bit a piece of the Italian culture that we have inside the show, and sometimes it could be something of a touristic thing to promote, and this time it's the Italian pop song. But well, don't worry, there is at least one song in English called Soap. And there is also a video which really nice to see, recorded in Holland. And there is a surprise tonight also regarding the dance of the 90s. So that was even something for me. Oh my gosh! Yes, Marcello, it has been a surprise. So, for the rest, of course, you can lean backwards, and that's, well, I think something to do because we have so many 80s music. I posted on Facebook the names that we are planning to play for you, and, well, you've seen great names involved. Maybe the first track by Coin Privé was not the most usual to open with as a famous name, but on Keep On Music they made a very nice job in '85 with those two guys. And I think the next one I could play without introduction, because the name itself is already so well known. Well, to be a little bit more maybe vulgar, you should be really bloody ashamed of yourself if you can't recognize the guy who is singing that song. Even if I start this record now, by the sound itself, you can recognize who is responsible for the sound. And it's Giancarlo Pasquini, aka Dave Rogers, aka, of course, you can fill in, Aleph. Time Records was the label famous for the first ones. You know, Fly To Me has been a million seller all over the world, and especially also in the Far East. And that was the beginning of the big things they could do with Avex, Alpha International, Pony Canyon, all those names famous for the Eurobeat in the 90s. And I am very, very lucky to be friends and have been involved a little bit in that kind of music as well. But this is the 80s. Blackouts.
Far away from my sleeping mind.
well, this is a tune. So many times in the Will Read show, said by so many other people and friends of that show. And John Davis I've seen in the chat, and so many other friends. I'm so grateful, when I see the presence of so many friends. Well, speaking about friends, Kirsi, and I'm not saying anything less about other people because you know how I am, but Kirsi has had her logo of the chat with Clio faces. So I thought, how can I please my dear Kirsi in Finland? Well, if she likes that logo so much, the copertina, the record sleeve, why not play the song? So that's why I picked it out again out of my archives and want to play from 85 this Crash Records number 29, and of course it's Faces. Here's Clio.
You see a lot of people got your faces. You must
song sung by Cleo. Later in the 90s, they came back with Cleo and Kay, if you remember that one. 1985, Crash record, and the vinyl, because this is not the last Crash record, but it was already something with, there was an oil crisis, and the vinyl is not so stable. It's not so thick. It's, something special, these Crash pressings in those days. Let's go back to the year 86. There is engraved in the vinyl 17th of October 1986. The producer is also the co-composer of the song. Well, the composer of the song, and Totti made the lyrics. I'm talking about Giorgio Dolce, listener to the show also. And with, of course, Stefania Dalpino, they made another song. And if I'm talking and thinking about Prima Donna, because that's the group name, of course, I usually refer to Flashing on the Floor, one of my all-time favorites. But this is something particular. I like it. It's because, the sound of many records, thanks Stefano Scalera, yeah, very nice to have your friendship refound. Grazie di tutto. This is something that I wanted to play for you, and I dedicate this one to the composer of the song, to Giorgio Dolce himself. I want to give you my heart.
Tell him my love is too late.
A wonderful track, maybe not so many times, not so often played in a show or maybe in an Italo party. But everybody in the chat there is confirmed and is, well, of course, sure about the fact that Cleo with Faces should be in the DJ set in Rimini. You know, that wonderful event. 13, 14 and 15 of May next. So try to be there because it's going to be huge with so many artists on stage in a historical surrounding as the L'Altro Mondo Studios in Rimini. And then the day after, the 14th, my birthday in Riccione. So you can be at the seaside, you have a long weekend maybe, because we are also just going for the weekend, to be honest. I'm not having a holiday extended or something like that. But nevertheless, I think it's a must-do to be there. And this is, of course, the wonderful voice of Albertone Carpani under the name of Paul Sciarrada and The Game Over. Here is that wonderful song. Yeah, of course, there's a discussion going on about the use of the voices in the 80s. It was usual to do so because if there was a project and they couldn't find a good singer and maybe Mr. Lamont Atkins wasn't available because he was the black guy, usually on the photograph and the voice of Paul Sciarrada, they needed to invent something different. And, you know, if it is a project and it's just for audio or for maybe putting vinyl on the turntable, who cares, they thought. So they did so, and if Alberto Carpani was already in the studio, why not ask that wonderful man to use his voice also for this project on the label Game Over? And of course, you remember the Paul Sciarrada song with the title Vola. We are going to prepare something already now to have this little intervista with Roberto Galanto. You can see him sometimes when we are not preparing with the video. But we play one vinyl now, and then after the next song, we are going to start talking with Roberto. And we can do it in English because he is a good guy, capable of perfectly speaking English and to make himself clear. And then we continue. Maybe we do it in two parts because it's a particular sound as a singer-songwriter, what he produced and sang and composed. So, well, first of all, I'm going back to last week because you remember my story about Black Jack. And I thought, why not have another one with the title of Black Jack? But it's from a group name called Uppercut. And that's really something special because when I grab the copertina, there is the Air Music label. Have you ever heard of Air Music label? And then the initials IB, Ivano Brunali. So that's why I thought it's something different and maybe for some unknown to play this one for you. So listen to the Black Jack, the group name Uppercut and the label Air Music of Ivano Brunali. Here with Iventi d'Azzurro at Radio Stad Den Haag.
Riders of night, when you be ready to fire. Riders of night, can you be sure?
hope you have the same feeling about this song. Well, typical 80s, right? What's not so typical, maybe, is to have an Italian singer-songwriter in the studio. But I'm very happy because not only he's a gifted musician and composer and a lyric writer, but he's also a good friend. So that's why it makes me happy. You know who I am. First of all, I'm going to introduce you to him with the video that was recorded in Holland, because he's living in Genova. Genua for Dutch people. But he's living in Genoa. And by the way, that's the same city where the book writer, Ilja Leonard Pfeiffer, is living. And he wrote the Boekenweekgeschenk of this year. So Genova is a beautiful city. I've been there, in the old city to be more exact. I have had a wonderful time. But you are going to see the video which was recorded near Rotterdam, and it's a funny one. So if you can't understand the Italian, don't worry. You can see by the images, by the footage, what's the idea. It's not about a girl named Mia, but my Mia means never be mine, so to speak. So the guy in the video, who can it be? I think it's Roberto. He has having difficulties in showing his love and be accepted as a lover to a certain girl. And it's funny to see. Really, it's funny to see that video. So, I'm going to introduce you. I'm proudly presenting to you the My Mia by Roberto Galanto.
I sistemi teorici non reggono all'atto pratico. Nel nostro caso specifico ho preso un palo patetico, come il modello eliocentrico, casca l'analisi empirica. Sono ridotto sul lastrico, voglio un gelato all'arsenico. Suona un bolero, cambio pensiero e adesso non credo più a Kant. Come un bolero sovrappensiero, davvero non credo più a Kant. Mai mia, mai mia, mai mia sarai. Scarti di filosofia. Vai via, niente mi dai. Basta con questa bugia. Tutti i sistemi teorici sfuggono al gioco del demone. Nel nostro caso specifico seguivo un corso esoterico. Per me l'amore è carnalità, morbida viva sensualità. Brucio sul rogo da eretico, sento l'urgenza di un medico. Con te non va, con me non va, sono serio, non leggo più Kant. Con me non va, con te non va, sono serio, non leggo più Kant. Mai mia, mai mia, mai mia sarai. Scarti di filosofia. Vai via, niente mi dai. Basta con questa bugia. Convivo rammarico, mi sollevo dall'incarico, stremato e frustrato dall'arduo compito. Io mi sento in bilico, amare peripatetico, per la tua anima mistica. Ermeticamente esoterico, ectoplasmatico, ma stanco fradicio, abbi pietà. Mai mia, mai mia, mai mia sarai. Scarti di filosofia. Vai via, niente mi dai. Basta con questa bugia. Mia, 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 no mai mia, 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 sporca ragione.
We have a special...
Yeah, listen. See the end. With the bird singing. And then the sad boy.
Sarai scarti
Pensa lei. Okay, Roberto Galanto.
Ciao.
Welcome to the show. So I explained before that you are really an Italian guy, but you have done gigs and songs in English, and you're very capable to answer in English, so I don't have to translate as an extra. And also some of the Dutch, because you have done beautiful works and songs and performances also in Holland in clubs for so many things. But I'm going to ask you, of course, first, can you give us a little biografia of the man called Roberto Galanto and how you ended up to go to Holland also to perform here?
That's a good question. Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me here, for the invitation.
Prego.
Well, I started actually with classical music. I've been studying for years opera. So first I was an opera singer, and I've performed in in theaters in many operas, and then I decided I was also a fan of pop music, so I was also listening to pop music, and then I decided to study jazz, and I heard from a friend of mine which was here that Den Haag and Holland, the Netherlands in general, was a great place to be, and so I decided to come here, and it was wonderful because I studied here for 4 years. I became a crooner, and I went on with my compositions. So that's in short my little biography. I did a long tour before to arrive here.
Yeah, but for just maybe the same reasons, you could have ended up in France or in Inglaterra, in Great Britain or in Germany, but you ended up in Holland with that crooner jazzy sound, and I really appreciate also because when people need to know who is the guy with, well, that was a funny song, of course, but you do so many other things, and you are really something with the music in your veins, in sangue.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I try to explore music from different points of view. So, indeed, I have different influences by the jazz studies, classical, also pop, and I go on with growing, meeting new musicians. So I don't know. I just that's what I am. I have many personalities, many colors.
And that's, of course, also maybe the reason that you are going, or you are teaching music to other youngsters.
Also,
Is this singing or guitar playing, or what's the teaching that you do?
Well, I used to give private lessons, but also teaching schools music. So I started with children, also teenagers, adults, so a wide range.
Okay.
So I like to teach, of course, and it's complete a bit my work in a way, because through teaching I learn.
That's true.
I like that momentum stuff.
It's a vice versa. It's an extension of what you're doing, and you can give it to them, but you also get something back from it.
And you learn something
and you learn.
about yourself
True.
as well. So life is like that for me.
As you know. Yeah, it's really true. And now you're living in Genova. Is that the place where you teach, or is it the place where you just compose songs and have gigs? Or because there is still the relationship with Holland. You're now here. So
exactly.
Can you explain what is the difference between being in Genova or being in Holland?
Well, I ended up in Genoa due to COVID, where I must say.
Oh yeah.
So I choose the city, but it was a bit like
because you're not born there.
No, I'm from Puglia.
Puglia.
I'm from
south.
From the south of Italy. So
okay,
I never been in Genoa, but I end up there because of, well, it's a long story, but let's say due to COVID.
But do you like the city? I like it. The old city, I mean. The old.
I like the city in
Centro
general.
Storico.
Overall, yeah, because it's wonderful. It has mountains. It has the sea, and it is also a bit of South flower. You know, it reminds me a bit of it's kind of the Naples of the North, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Because I was remembering when I was touring with the guy, we had this holiday money to spend, and we said with the coin flipping up, okay, where we are going to stay now for the last days of the holiday? Would it be the south of France, or can we just pass the border to Italy? I was drawn to Italy. I really can't explain why, but that's something. But it's really true. So we flipped the coin, and who won? I did. So we had just the money for the train and some maybe for a pensione in Genova. So we went with the train to Genova. I was a happy guy, but when we entered nearly the city of Genova, you see the big port with the industries. So I thought, my God, I won this little thing. But what did I won? We are ending up not in the Mediterranean of France. No, we are ending up in a port, in a city which is maybe dirty or something. Then the train goes down in the old city underground. You come out of the station, and there is the really Italian, beautiful
landscape,
city.
Beautiful, yeah.
Oh my gosh! So I can really recommend it to anybody. If you are maybe seeing the skirts of Genova, you maybe are having fears, but the old city is so beautiful, and that's why I don't know. Have you heard of that Dutch writer?
Yes, with a long hair.
With a long
he
gray
decided to go there for a while, but then he stayed there for.
And now he bought a house just in front of the church in the old city. And
okay, I didn't know that. But I don't remember his name, but I just read an article about him, and he had a lot of alcohol problems, etc. And then once he moved to Italy, he's clean, he's a new person. So
yeah, and he's
something.
He's very artistic. But when you read the books that he had written, I can recommend it also to Dutch people. You read the Italian life, the examples that he is giving on a terrace, in the streets, speaking to Italian old people, young people. It's so recognizable that if you want to learn something about the Italian lifestyle, you can easily also choose for books from Ilya Leonard Pfeiffer. And he had written the Boekenweekgeschenk of this year. So we go back to you now. Living in Genova, would you like to stay there for longer, or is it just something, it's a station passing by?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I like the city. I fall in love for the city in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I don't know. I feel home here. I feel a bit home there. I feel also that I want to go back to Puglia. So that's I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to answer. I don't know where is my real home now.
I can imagine also because foreigners, and I'm a Dutch guy, so I'm a foreigner to be honest. People do not realize how down south Puglia is. Because
exactly.
If you think you are heading for Milano from Holland, you have had 1,000 or 1,100 kilometers by car. Then you say, okay, now we have to go to Rome. Well, that's the same distance. You have to go from Milano to Rome. It's nearly the same 1,000 kilometers. And then you are just halfway Italy.
Precies. I mean, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Giusto.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. And I have to be honest also that I have never been there. I know I wanted to see it because the sea is more blue than in the north.
We have the area which goes the Maldive of Salento because of the color of the sea. So I don't know what it means. I think it's something good. So you must come.
So we have now also a touristic view in the show of Puglia. Just remember, and just go from tomorrow on, thanks to Rick, to the show on YouTube, because then you can re-listen to the information that you have. So we have talked about Geneva. What's the Dutch story? Maybe it's something better to do it after the next song.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it like this, because we have also songs in English. And can you say something about the Soap song? Because there's no video, so you have to explain what inspired you to write Soap.
Yes, so it's a song in English. So I have through the years worked with other musicians and other author. So in this case, Soap is a song which I received by a friend of mine. It's called Gianfranco Recchia. So he wrote the lyrics, and he said, "Well, put some music on top because I think it's doable. And it's a great story." I said yes, and I wanted to have this happy vibe, and it's a song that talks about a man that is aware of somebody that is like a woman is brainwashing his head. So and he sings
the brainwashing with the soap.
Exactly.
Well, I just showed you just for a few moments now the album cover. We're going to speak about that one, of course, after the song again. Maybe I have some Italo disco or Italo dance, but we try to do exactly the sequence as I have planned it with the Chenimi video afterwards. But first we're going to listen to that song. Here it is, called Soap.
Of je nou bewust of onbewust naar je radio luistert, met Stad en Haag hou je contact. Elke dag. Dus zet je radio gewoon op Stad. Want van de allerbeste is er gelukkig maar één.
Iventi d'azzurro.
Do-da-do-da, 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 ba-ba-ba, dee-da-do-da, do-da-do-da, 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 ba-ba-ba, dee-da-do-da. It's only a kiss, baby. It's just a kiss. How did you sleep, baby? Right through my dreams. The touch of your lips is like a shot. Bang and sing all the way. Do-da-do-da, 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 ba-ba-ba-dee-da-do-da. I used to believe, baby, that I was fine. But you came along, baby, and stole my wine. It's time to be true, can't live without you. Bang and sing every day. Soap, baby, soap, my mind. I used to be tough, but now I'm blind. Soap, baby, soap, my mind. I love your hot kiss. That's like a bliss. Soap and water and fun. Do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da. Soap and water and fun. Do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da. Why? Today I'm living without your kiss. Oh, Sunday mornings, it's you what I miss. We'll take a fast train, we'll get any chance. Sing and bang anyway. Soap, baby, soap, my mind. I used to be tough, but now I am blind. Soap, baby, soap, my mind. I love your hot kiss. That's like a bliss. Soap and water and fun. Do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da.
And now in English.
Do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da.
Do-da-do-da, soap and water and fun.
All right, all right. Yes.
Soap and water and fun.
A unique piece of history. Do-da-do-da, do-da-do-da, soap and water and fun. So, this is also on that album that I showed you. I will do it again, because now I have the Marcello Fano removed. I'm always very keen on keeping the cellophano, the cellophane. But now you can see what's all about. I'm going to have a firma later on of the show, because I'm very proud to have it, because also this is something to support the artist. Now I'm getting it for free, but I'm going to make it up with you. And if you are interested, you can find it on the internet.
Yeah, they can. There are a couple of websites on Amazon also.
On Amazon. So if you like this kind of thing, it's really the Italian atmosphere that we bring to you tonight. We have two more songs, and the last one will be the most surprising, because that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's the dance from the 90s. Yes, it was a surprise for me too, but it's the dance from the 90s. Roberto Galanto can also do that kind of music. So we were stuck with the piece of the story of Holland. So you went up to be here for the jazzy, clubby crooner sound.
Yes, true.
And how did you cope? How could you live, really? It's maybe an impertinent question, but could you do it with the money to survive in Holland? Because Holland is not a cheap country, so...
That's true.
I can imagine. That's difficult.
No, that's true. But actually, I could. Yeah, okay. And I was happy to live doing what I love the most. Mm-hmm. So I was doing different things still with music, like teaching, private parties, jazz, a concert, pop concert, weddings, etc. Whatever was concerned with music, but I could do that. So I was definitely surprised, but also proud of myself because despite the expectative and despite the expensive life, was a good achievement for me.
Suppose people are already now interested in to refine you. Where can they find you on the internet? Have you a very appropriate place where they can find you easily?
Yes. So Roberto Galanto is on Facebook, Instagram, is on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, whatever, TikTok, and so many other digital stores like Deezer, for instance.
So now you understand. We don't have something small in the studio. He's a big one.
Come on. Nah.
He's a big one.
I'm tall, but not a big one. No.
Just joking. No. I'm sorry. Okay. So you said now that people can easily find you on the different levels of the internet, and maybe also I have to ask you, can they also book you as the singer-songwriter for a party? Can they find you also in these addresses to leave you a message if they have maybe an event or something?
Absolutely, yes.
You still do gigs? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. On Facebook, for instance, there is my artistic page where they can find email, or they can just send me a message, a private message with a messenger. The same story with Instagram.
Okay.
So, and there is also...
I hope they will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And there is also... a YouTube channel. So same story. They can just send me an email or write to the Digressione Music, which is my label. So I'm also there in their portfolio.
Find it all. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, better. So you were on the event of the Smaak van Italia, the big event with the castle, where Paolo J is responsible for the audio and so many other things as well, helping hands, and we do promotion and we will be there. Some of the listeners, I'm sure that they have seen you on stage a few years ago. You are not sure to be there this year. It could be difficult, so it's just a little chance if you be there. But that's why I asked if the people wanted to see you. No, nevertheless, you are not on stage maybe in Utrecht. They can book you, they can find you. The inspiration for the songs of the album, because this is a wonderful album with 12 songs. Also with the My Mia, the funny video.
I have an English version, yes, exactly.
That's wonderful also for a lot of people, because that's the truth. The Italian language gives you the atmosphere of Italy, but some people really have difficulties with the language to
understand.
Per far capire, per understanding. That was the same question I could ask Eros Ramazzotti years ago in the 80s. But he said music is international because it's an emotion that goes from one heart into the other. I told you before also. So he was really saying the right thing.
True.
Music is helping, and even if you can't understand the language, you can still like the music that you are hearing.
Exactly. And it's like love. You don't have to understand. You have to feel it.
You have to feel it. Exactly. Is there anything that you want to say more specific about the album? It's called Welcome. Is there something that you have to say about it?
Yes, I would like to say, that this work is also made because I had the chance to collaborate with great artists. We have Mario Rossini, which is a great singer and piano player from Italy. He did Sanremo Festival. Michael Rosen, an American saxophone player.
Wow.
I had Giuseppe Milici on harmonic. He played with for Morricone as well. And so Filippo Castellazzi, a great guitar player. So many musicians, also not only Italian. So that's also gives that specific sound up to, concerning my last work. So
great. We are going to play and replay that in future in the shows as well to dedicate to you, of course.
Thank you very much.
The friendship that we have, but also to the listeners to listen also to some different kind of music which is related to our history with and our relationship with Italy. About the Tienimi, we're going to show you the video of Tienimi. It's also recorded in and registered in Holland, broadcasted in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Also, you can see a girl and you as a leading part.
Me as a man, again.
Again, but. Okay, in the beginning you see the couple quarreling with the map. No, we have to go that way. No, we have to go that way. No, I'm going that way. So the couple, you see, splitting up.
It's a metaphor, like life. I want to
that
take
way.
That.
Yeah, the other directions. So they're going to hitchhike, and the girl to. But I'm not saying too much. Just view the video and enjoy yourself because it's wonderful, really wonderful, and you enjoy and understand the story easily. Here is Tienimi.
Non lasciarmi qui a ricordare, non portarmi via altre parole. Credimi, com'è difficile oramai restare qui. Non lasciarmi qui ad aspettare. Passeranno, sai, altre stagioni. Reduci, proviamo a fingere che c'è qualcosa in più. Tienimi dentro i tuoi sogni, tienimi, non ti svegliare, tienimi del nostro tempo, adesso lo potrai fermare, tienimi, ora, tienimi, adesso. Non lasciarmi qui a immaginare. Quante volte, sai, credevo di restare. Scrivo delle mie illusioni, ma libero non mi lasciare, no. Tienimi dentro i tuoi sogni, tienimi, non ti svegliare, tienimi nel nostro tempo, adesso lo potrai fermare. Facce nuove, l'indifferenza che ci confonderà i pensieri e il sole avrà la certezza del domani, ma nel buio troveremo le parole. Tienimi dentro i tuoi sogni, tienimi, non ti svegliare, tienimi nel nostro tempo, adesso lo potrai fermare, tienimi, ora, tienimi, adesso, tienimi dentro i tuoi sogni, tienimi, non ti svegliare, tienimi nel nostro tempo, adesso lo potrai fermare, tienimi.
up till the end. So that was the video, also shot in the nearness of Rotterdam. You've seen the images, of course. It can't be any other city in Holland. It's Rotterdam, all right. So, Roberto, why did you go to Rotterdam to have 2 videos shot in the nearest? Because I think the copertina of the CD cover is Scheveningen. It's near.
True. Yes. I didn't tell you that, but you got it. Yes.
I recognize the
I made the picture. Yes.
Oh, great! Oh,
Yes.
yeah. But I reckon this could only be the light of near the sea, to be near the sea. So the cover.
Yeah, I was
images,
living nearby, so it was easy to.
Compliments, because it's really nice with the structures and the symmetry, etc. Okay, but go back to the video. Janie, me, can you explain what the video is all about and why it was shot over there?
Well, yes, tiene me means hold me,
Yeah.
first of all. So I like to create a little paradox, or I like the opposite in life. So in this case, I choose Rotterdam also because there is this wonderful bridge.
True.
Famous also, and it's symbolistically talking. It means something that it's a thing that connects two things or persons, right? And the video, the story of the video is about 2 persons that are separating each other, so they go away. And I use the bridge as a paradox.
Metaphor, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm singing on the bridge because I'm going. You don't know if I'm going away or if I'm reaching the person, right? So you don't know exactly where the person is. So, and I like to develop this idea with this love story with end up. It doesn't really end up.
No,
because you don't know exactly what happened. So, but we have a different level of love because those 2 persons they won't hurt each other.
And that's life.
Exactly.
That's
sometimes
life.
it's a matter of deciding if you wanna just play this game or just wanna remember yourself that are bridges anyway.
True, beautiful. And the girl, you have the girl in your friends, a circle of friends, or is there another motive of choosing her?
Well, she's a friend of mine, and she's half Italian actually.
Okay.
And she said I was talking with her time ago, and she said, "Oh, I would like to be part in your next video." My parents will love that. I said, okay, you hired. Like that? Yes, okay, yeah. I mean,
so if any girl
act?
now,
Yes.
if anybody's listening now to the show and say, "Oh well, I will be part in a video," can I write to Roberto Colanto? Yes, you can.
Exactly. No, in that time it was perfect because she loves Italy and she really wanted to be in the video. So, and she's also
She did
beautiful.
a good job. Yeah.
So, and then there are also other friends of mine there. There is musicians are there, some of my friends. So it was nice to have this team of people I know because I want to work with people I know.
And the people in the car, was just spontaneous, or were they inside of the regia?
Some were my friends. Some others.
Yes,
no.
it's easier to record.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to end the thing, which is really a surprise, with a dance song you made in the 90s. It's really 90s sound. And then after we go to the vinyls of the story of Italy. Where did you have you written that song, of the dance? Did you made that one in Italy, or did you write that one in Holland?
No, I wrote it in Italy years ago. It's a pretty old song because once I met a producer. He said, I need a dance song. You're a composer. Would you challenge yourself? I was okay. I thought, okay, I can do it. And basically it came up rather easily, spontaneous. I have no idea about dance music. I mean, I was listening, but I never wrote a dance song. And at the end, he was super happy. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna take it."
It has been pressed on vinyl, or it
remained. No, it's
digital?
on Spotify. It remained digital.
Okay.
And I wrote the text, the lyrics, and now it's on YouTube. And he used it for his project, etc. But I was always a bit shy to show the people that I also did this stuff. But now it's the right time to show it to the person.
It's really something special, because it was even a surprise to me. I expressed my feeling earlier. What's the song about?
Well, Sing Your Sorrows is a person that is. Let me remember. Yeah, is of course trying to sing in order to relieve his soul. So
True.
from
Yeah.
the it's kind of a love singer.
Yeah, tonight I heard some expression that's really beautiful. When I sing, my body starts to dance. And when I dance, my soul is singing. I like that one.
Beautiful.
I think it's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked it.
That's
I didn't made it up. Just I heard it, but I love it. I love it. So we are going to say goodbye to you just for now for the show with that dance project. Do you remember where you recorded? Was it Milano? Was it Rome? Or in the Puglia? In Puglia?
In Puglia. Yes. It was in
Okay.
Puglia. Really years ago. I was really young.
Oh, you're still young.
How young?
I'll ask for a compliment. I was waiting for the
were
compliment.
you then? How young?
Mission complete. I can go now.
Yeah. Okay. Grazie, Roberto. Really, it has been something very special and.
Thank
Well,
you very much for your kindness.
you're more than welcome. Let's hope that we can have, maybe even if you're Geneva, via Skype if necessary. When there's something news, we can to give it to the people here via the microphone, via the turntable, via Skype. Whatever, the friendship is here and it's going to last.
Exactly. Thank
Okay.
you very much from my heart.
Prego, prego. The dance song made by Roberto Galanto.
It all started in 1982.
And for the last 40 years,
We've never stopped, never stopped, never stopped. Radio Stad Den Haag.
Numero uno, your number one 80s station.
You call me when I go too far, and always remember what we are. You don't understand when it's over. I'm no longer your lover. I'm tired of hearing the same old song. Sing your sorrows, feel the voices of your soul. Sing your sorrows, feel the voices of your souls, 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 of your And now the night is gone away, it's gone away, it's gone away. All my dreams were colored games, were colored games, were colored games, were colored games, were colored games. Hot cup and fresh kiss like me. I go back when you didn't want to fight for me, and I still don't find the words of love. Sing your sorrows, feel the voices of your soul. Sing your sorrows, feel the voices of your soul, of your souls, of your souls, of your souls, of your souls, of your, sing your sorrows.
It's really an example of the 90s. So remember the name? Roberto Galanto. Sing Your Sorrows. is the name of this track. And, well, who knows what he's going to do in the future, because he's an all-round musician. He can write the lyrics, he is capable in English, in Dutch, but also, of course, his mother language, Italian. We are going to another dance track from X Energy Records. We're going back to the vinyls because I planned to play this one. And when I saw this one for the first time, I thought, okay, is this the Beatles maybe? Obladi, Oblada? Could be the Beatles from the 60s? No, it isn't. It's just two DJs working together, Pazo versus Maximus. And we're going to have this one now because the title is appropriate also. It was Singing Every Night. So, that's very nice, right? Some dance news coming up also from Annalie Gordon and Natalie Arts with DJs. Natalie Arts with DJs. So we're going to repeat that one. That was the news from last week, but we're going to repeat it again and play a little example of the track that she made with the DJ. She was asked to sing the vocals. But first, this one. This is the one from 2000 on X Energy Records. Paso versus Maximus.
Den Haag. Kwaliteitsprogramma's waarop je kunt rekenen. Dus zet je radio gewoon op Stad. Want van de allerbeste is er gelukkig maar één.
difficulties in the studio. I have difficulties, of course, in planning and scheduling the music. So we have to go on because I have so many other tracks with a reason selected for the show, including Angie, Clouds, because of the record fair that we have been. And Jonathan Jooster has had a wonderful diamond found on thick records. Very, very peculiar, very and rare. So we're going to play that one for you as well. And I have a Eurobeat song because we didn't have the Eurobeat on the turntable yet, because that's something that we need to do also for the Mega Energy man, Thomas Marin, the good friend that we have in the Eurobeat scene, and for Mandy and for Jimmy, who's going to be married with Renate on the 7th of May next.
Oh,
Auguri,
yeah?
Auguri. Yeah,
Auguri.
They're going to be married.
Anna can do it. Anna can do it.
Anna can do it, yeah. Auguri to her as well. Okay, from Kirsi, because we dedicated this song to Kirsi, we know for a fact that she liked this song so much. It's also in her top 10 of all times. So that's why I think she deserves it. She's always in the chat and present with programs and the shows. The same counts for Sander. Both Sanders, to be exact, also, and Bongo Man. And I surely forget, but also Zilber and Mr. Italo, Matteo, they're there. John Davis, Christopher, or Howard as the Higo Pigo. There are so many of you as a friend present in the chart. Marcel van der Harst, of course, now I see it again. So, be part of what's happening in Italy. Also, the event in Rimini next, because that's why I chosen another cruising record for you. This one, well, you can't miss this one. And you're going to see something on stage for Cruising Records, of course, by the Cruising Gang. And thanks to Ennio Tricomi, because he's the spider in the web at the moment. That's why I think when you have the possibility to have a long weekend, go to Rimini in May. if you want to change your plans, or maybe just you have had your plans already, just go to takesover.it and just find every information that you need. And it's not so difficult to fly to Bologna, having transport, maybe by train, to Rimini and have a wonderful weekend over there, like we are doing with the crew of Radio Stad Den Haag and Iventi d'Azzurro, Iventi Records. We want to say hello to all the artists and, of course, making a bow to Ennio Tricomi and other plans maybe we have to interview some of the artists and shake hands and have photographs. And Maurizio will be filming a lot of things, maybe all. So it's going to be huge in the La Tormondo studios with the creatures, of course, Antonello Di Fino. And we have the knowledge that Eddie Kreischer and Roberto Corsia will be there as well, of course, the old crew. We go to the Trovato, something that the diamond that was found by Jonathan Joosten. Thick Records number 4, but in Italian language, and it sounds really old school Italian. So maybe you dislike it, but this is what he had found.
Takes over. From 13 and 15 May, Rimini and Riccione celebrate the mates and the protagonist of Italo Disco. 3 days dedicated to the music of the fantastic 80s. Musical Detachment, Friday 13 May, opening night and the Altromondo Studios in Rimini. Musical Detachment, Saturday 14 and Sunday 15 in Riccione, Vinyl and Comics Fair, DJ sets and special guests. Info and program takes it over, point hit. Tickets SMS, point it. Hotel reservation, Costa Hotels, point it.
Videogame con un bersaglio e moto da colpire. Per me nel cuore non c'è solo un pugno di grele, ma 100 illusioni, infanti, castelli e re. Penso a un'alba fuori di città, nebbia dense ed ombre qua e là. E adesso immagina noi sopra 2 puledri bar, al suono della musica che vuoi. Il sole non salirà su invisibili platee, a caccia d'amore muore chi non ci va. Tu nel mio pensiero, tu sei prigioniero, tu. Io miraggio verano, non sono pura. Prima di sera un'avventura avrai, ma fuori dal tempo sai. Guai al primo scontro, guai. Poi faremo finta che la voglia è spenta. Caccia d'amore
imagine that this is a product of Discotto. Il Discotto, Sick Records, but number 4. I missed it for sure, but it's a very peculiar... Can I have my piece of paper? Where's my piece of paper? Do you have it with you there? Because...
I don't have a piece of paper with you here.
Yeah, it has...
Don't know where you are.
Maurizio.
It's gone with the pizza.
My piece of paper with my writing. Where it is.
There it is.
It has been hidden. No, because, this is something very special and found by Jonathan Joosten. And he said, well, I could send you the audio of this track. And he did so to Michiel. So thank you very much. Because, C'è l'amore, it's the title of the track. You can't even find it on the internet. So it's really something special. But if you want to have more information, I suggest, because he deserves it, go to Jonathan Joosten, because he is the one who discovered this really, really special single. It has been a 45 single. Yes, that's about it. And the record fair has been a success. We were very, very happy to meet so many people. Sergio Elias was there. Also Esther of Blanco y Negro with her husband Alfredo, who happened to be an Italian, working and has been married to Esther long time ago already, and in Spain now, in Barcelona. And it has been a wonderful time. Also, we met new people, youngsters also interested in Italo disco sounds. So for me, it has been a wonderful experience. And if you want to have this kind of feeling as well, just remember that we are maybe not always on a record fair, because that would be not so logical maybe to have special prizes on a record fair, and you can wait for that fair to purchase your songs. But the risky business is that if you would want to wait for the record fair, you miss titles for sure. Because you can see on the website, if a title is sold out, it's really sold out and not to be found, even not in a record fair. So that's the thing that you have to remember. But it's a wonderful thing to be there. Okay, we go now to Orlando Johnson. Do you remember him? Of course you remember him. But he also made, in the project with Den Harrow, Shine On. Really a good song already, I think, in the playlist of Radio Stad Den Haag already. And the Shine On song reminded me of the one that he made in 94. In December 94, on the Italian Style record label, there was a cooperation between him and Walter Cremonini. But he also sang the song. And it's about, I think that Michiel loved it, woof, 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 with the dogs. The artistic name that they chosen is The Dog. And the title of the track is Come On, Let's Go. So I will start the record, the song, clean, so you can enjoy all that you're going to listen to. Here is Orlando Johnson under the name of The Dog.
Come on, let's go. Don't you need it to feel the rhythm deep in your soul? Let's have a ball. Just believe it is the only way that I know. Don't you need it to feel the rhythm deep in your soul? Let's have a ball. Just believe it is the only way that I know. Come on, let's go. Don't you need it to feel the rhythm deep in your soul? Let's have a ball. Just believe it is the only way that I know. Can we do it all night? Everything feel alright. Can we do it tonight on the daylight? Can we do it all night? Everything feel alright. Can we do it tonight on the daylight?
Yeah, the typical sound of the 90s. 94 to be exact. On the Italian style record label, you know, this has been a subsidiary of Time Records. The Dog, which is in fact, of course, Orlando Johnson. He was responsible for the lyrics, and Walter Cremonini for the music in those days. Well, to go from one dog to another one, it's not so difficult in the music, because there's just, 60 centimeters in between. So after the dance project of Orlando Johnson, we go to some Eurobeat. I pitched it back, to be honest, because this is radio and we're not in a Japanese venue. So that's why... This is not Michiel. It's in the record. It's inexcusable. Brett Sinclair, Andrea Leonardi on the ABC record label. 1101, the Mega Energy Man. It's Thomas Marine. The Dog, Eat Dog. And it's just 1 year before the Italian style song. So we're going back to 93, in the springtime of 93. The Mega Energy Man.
I will be breaking your heart. I will
I'm really a fan of the sound of Brad Sinclair made in those days. What he did for King and Queens and for Juliet, if you remember that one as well. On Double Records, he did beautiful things, but also this one for the ABC with Giancarlo Pasquini, and of course under production and the leading guiding hand of Alberto Contini. And we did the same things like the Energy Boys in those early 90s. This is, never forget, Thomas Marin, the Mega Energy Man, and the Dog Eat Dog. Well, now totally different. We go back in speed because, there is something special to say about this song. Menno was referring yesterday to Rofo with the Summer Love. He played that one because as dedication to the good old sound of those days and with a sweet guy, Rofo. So he played the Summer Love, and I was immediately thinking about the Sweet Summer Love by Steve Bourbon. The Steve Bourbon Project featuring Tom Garrow, and we are fan of those guys. And Mirko Hirsch made a special remix, so you will hear his voice also in between. And it starts, of course, with a Tom Garrow production, etc., etc. So maybe it's something that Menno will really like. That I'm going to play this one at the moment, but otherwise I will do it for myself and for all others involved. Here is the Steve Bourbon Project featuring Tom Garrow with the Sweet Summer Love.
Hi, this is Tom Garrow. Keep on dancing. Here is Steve Bourbon, and this is our new song, Sweet Summer Love. Sweet, sweet summer love. Sweet hot summer.
This is Mirko Hirsch. Enjoy the music and always remember to keep the fire burning.
Just like an angel from above, we dance the night away. I know you've got the magic touch. Oh baby, hear me say, sweet, sweet summer love, can't get enough. You're in my heart forever. Sweet, sweet summer love, life can be tough. We want to stay together.
Mirko Hirsch.
Just like an angel from above, we dance the night away. I know you've got the magic touch. Oh baby, hear me say, sweet, sweet summer love, can't get enough. You're in my heart forever. Sweet, sweet summer love, life can be tough. We want to stay together. Sweet, sweet summer love, can't get enough. You're in my heart forever. Sweet, sweet summer love, life can be tough. We want to stay together. Sweet hot summer, you got my body burning midnight summer. Party tonight, sweet hot summer, can't stop these wheels from turning out for summer.
Viva Italia, made in Germany in this case. I want to mention some people having their birthdays. The 6th of April was for Arthur Louf, really a dedicated fan from the early days, and well known to Bertine Bon as well, one of our youngest, you remember. And the Gustav DJ, he performed yesterday something really beautiful with his DJ set just before the Sunday Night Live show, the request show. The 8th of April was the birthday for Larabelle, Mariella Mio. Also, Denis Grigoriev, the Russian fan that we have over there. Benoît Caillet from France. Also, Jerry Moon, the 10th of April. And we have the birthday today of Antonio Summa and Sandy Chambers. Well, speaking about Sandy Chambers, Wednesday next, there will be another video connection with Annelie Gordon, Natalie Aerts, Kim Lucas, etc., etc. Go to the pages of Mark Hoogkamer, for example, on Facebook, or Al Gordon, and just find the information that you need to connect Wednesday night next. And a lot of Italian singers will be there, and you can leave your remarks. They will chat with you. It will be a great thing to participate in Wednesday next with Annelie Gordon, Kim Lucas, Natalie Aerts, Sandy Chambers, Dani, so many others. And this, well, I will dedicate this one to Jonathan once again, because he found the 45 single also of this track, which is a beautiful one. And I will dedicate it to Sander, because he likes this one in particular. Angie, Clouds.
Take the chance and dance if you can. Romance and feel the breeze in the air. It's a rainy day, running away, and you make me feel. Take the chance and dance if you go dance and feel the breeze in the air. It's a rainy day, running away, and you make me feel. Because the clouds
Romantitalo. Really beautiful. The sister of Dora, Rosangie, Angie. That's the reason. The Nicolosi family, the sound you can easily recognize, of course. And Clouds has been published on the Tanga record label, but this is the one that has been published on CBS, and it has been a wonderful pressing, to be honest. So that's why I did it in this version on the CBS label, which is import record as well. Okay, we go to Savage, Roberto Zanetti, and he has been interviewed in a radio station. So it's like with Roberto Galanto, but you see Savage in the studio, but he's also combined with the sounds and the song of Don't Cry Tonight. And he is singing live in a microphone parts of the song. So you will see the dancers, the ballet. Really beautiful made, this video, in the John E.S. remix. But it's something that I really like, and I'm not sure if you have ever seen it before. So that's why I thought, okay, if I didn't know it before, you maybe haven't seen it before either. So that's why I've chosen this one, and with a big hello to Roberto Zanetti, the good friend that we have over there. Massa Carrara, Massa Marina. In that area you can find the the DWA with the Extravaganza Publishing. And take a look, it's beautiful. And of course it's the well-known song of Don't Cry Tonight. And you see the master himself, Roberto Zanetti, live in the radio studio in the combined footage. So enjoy the one. Don't Cry Tonight at Radio Stad Den Haag with Iventi d'Azzurro. My name is Marcello. We have Michiel, we have Maurizio, and we have Roberto Galanto. When it's well done, you really could appreciate, of course, the new version of the song with respect of the old sounds, and of course because it's just charming that you can see the man himself, Roberto Zanetti, in the footage in the video. So the John E.S. remix, you have to remind that one. Jonathan is not so often and each and every time in the show present, but because of his diamonds that he found on the record fair, we had a little chat and he showed proudly what he found, and he sent us the little thing of Thick Records 004, the C'è l'amore. I think also his request, his suggestion of Marco Martina, the fortune teller, is a nice one to play in the show. And I'm just thinking about how long can we go on to play some song, because we are already over time. But this one I think we should do at least. And I have something to announce again about, remember, Natalie Aerts. I promised, so I will do so after the fortune teller by Marco Martina. You know, he is one of the new releases artists coming up on Iventi Records with a totally new song, but in the 80s style. And we are very, very proud to have yet another time, a new artist coming up. And we are working on other artists as well. We are not finished yet. Iventi Records has so many plans and so many things to do.
Some people say that life is nothing but a crucial game to play till it's over. Some say your luck will come, relax, be cool, it's all around, don't stop till it's over. I need to know by now what makes the world go round. I need to know somehow if the loss is found. Is the reason why
outstanding voice this man has. I remember when he was performing in Zoetermeer in Amphion that he also did the George Michael song solo. People were a little
Which
bit
song of George Michael? Want Your Sex or...
No, before. Yeah, it was a slow one.
Slow one.
One of the first that he made as a solo artist after Wham. I will think about it later on. But nevertheless, he did a wonderful job. But it was like a shock to the people because it wasn't like hey. It was no Italo disco stomping. But he asked if he could do it just to show that his voice is really his voice. That he could do it live, and that he also was capable of presenting other kinds of music, or not only the Italo disco sound. I will come back with the news of Nathalie Aerts. I will find it on the internet together with Michiel. First, we go to this one. It's also, I think, a rarity. Gabba Gabba. Who invented Gabba Gabba? Well, if you just split Gab A, then you have Gabelli, Antonello. And who is Antonello Gabelli? Duke Lake. So you're going to listen to one of the very first tracks made by Duke Lake. And his real name, well, that you have known, of course, as a lover, is Antonello Gabelli. But that's where the name Gabba Gabba is coming from. Gab A. Gabelli, Antonello. On the Pierrot Lunaire record label. A very small label. But this really old classic sound made in Italy. On the Pierrot Lunaire record label, I told you, the first one And to be honest, I'm not sure if there was a second one. 1983. So it's not long before the Duke Lake song, but well, he did it. And he was working in those days for Zanza Records. So that's why it's very near the Zanza label, this Piero Lunaire. And in those days he also made, under the name of Brian Davis, he did The Changing Boys. The Changing Boys. So then you know how it was meant to be in those days. But I think it's wonderful. It's really nice, the old sound. I like it, and it's a rarity. Going to what Nathalie Aerts said. Marcello, did you mention the new thing that we made with Robbie Giordana? And I said, yeah, I mentioned it in the show, but it was on the end of the show, so we didn't have the sound, but just the message, the news. So I said, I will do it in the next show, and this is tonight. So you're going now to be launched from 1983 to 2022, because Robbie Giordana and DJ Jump, they had a combination with Watt and Jack, American DJs. And this is the voice of Nathalie, of course. Make Me Lose. It's a little bit heavy, but it's good. It's good. Robbie Giordana and DJ Jump, Watt and Jack and Nathalie Aerts. You are quite awake at the moment, I'm sure. Let's go to something more quiet, maybe. But Nathalie Aerts will be in the live chat in the Zoom action made and organized by Mark Hoogkamer and, Edwin Horweg. And, they have the new label, you know. The Eurodance Vibes. The Eurodance Vibes, the new dance label for and in cooperation with the guys and Annalie Gordon. And the first single, I'm not sure if I can tell. Well, I take a risk. Annalie Gordon with Danny. Ooh. Wednesday next, 8:30 p.m. Wednesday next, 8:30 p.m. Find via Facebook the opportunity to chat with all those wonderful singers, including Nathalie and Annalie and Kim Lucas and Dani and Sandy Chambers. And just take a look. They are there and you will really like... I hope that Lady Violet M will be there as well. You remember her? Oh, tesoro. And this, the Sexy Boy Sexy Toy, 1991. She recorded this with... Giancarlo Pasquini, the old design of the ABC record label with the shark, and we loved it. So, here we go. Sing, girl! Annelie Gordon and saying goodbye to Gwen because she needs to work tomorrow. Well, Gwen, we have only one song to go. So if you can make it, you have just one more song. I want to say something about Fabrizio Rizzolo, Brian Ice, but I think now it's too late to have the right attention because we have said so many things tonight already. But if you see the Facebook page of Brian Ice, of Fabrizio Rizzolo, there is a little film, Ho soltanto chiuso gli occhi. I just closed the eyes. That's the translation of the thing. You can find it on YouTube as well. Ho soltanto chiuso gli occhi. Written by Fabrizio Rizzolo, and he's also the leading part in the film. So beautifully done. I was watching a documentary. I was in the beginning. It's quite a shock because Papa is nearly going to die, and then in the end, it's coming okay, all right. But I was really impressed. We know that Fabrizio Rizzolo, Brian Ice, is an actor also nowadays. He can sing, but he's also a really good actor. But this is so natural. Next week, I think I need to say something about it. Maybe can show something of the first footage of the video, the film, because he deserves that kind of attention, because he's a really talented guy also in acting. Appropriate maybe to end the show with the girls under the name of Ciao Ciao. Federico Rimonti and Claudio Acatino. In the beginning, they're having a little office in Lugagnano in the studio of Saifam. But after they had their own High Energy Attack record label, and I think Mandy will be pleased when she hears this one. High Energy Attack 115 running over the night by the two girls, Ciao Ciao. And I say ciao to all of you. Grazie. Thank you for listening. Next week we have a new show, of course. Thanks to Michiel and Maurizio. Ciao.
Running over the night, waste my time in this life.
11:12 is het hier op je radio. Dit was weer Iventi dat Zuro voor deze 11 april 2022. Nou, Marcello, bedankt je natuurlijk voor het luisteren. En wat hebben wij nog meer deze week hier in deze uitzending natuurlijk van Radio Stad Den Haag. We hebben vandaag de uitzending, hebben we morgen natuurlijk de Stad Super 3. Die komen ook weer langs. Gwen de Bats, Edward den Heijer, Eddie Miami natuurlijk. En Herman van Velzen zullen weer jou entertainen met de Stad Super 3. Voor de rest, op de woensdagavond, onze HTM-chauffeur, tramchauffeur, zullen we maar zo maar zeggen. Die is er dan ook weer. André den Hartog zal dan weer acte de présence geven in de Stad Classics. Die kan weer iedere woensdagavond vanaf 8 uur gaan beluisteren. Nou, dan hebben we dat ook gehad. We hebben natuurlijk Freaky Friday Night. Moet je nou zeker niet vergeten. Altijd leuk. Met weer nieuwe mensen ook af en toe erin. En zaterdagavond remixed met Harold Zwaardman en DJ Ingrid Delting met All You Can Dance. Kent u die stem? Ja, die kennen we. Maar dan is ook weer zondag. En zondag is ook weer Doucheco. Je douche vol met disco. Met daarin ook weer een Haagse flits in de 50. Afgelopen week hadden we het jaar 1987. Maar dit keer gaan we terug naar het jaar 1985. Hou donderdag in de gaten. Rond 1:12 post ik dat op Facebook voor jou. Bij Michiel van der Brugge of bij Radio Stad Den Haag. Je mag zelf kiezen. Hey jongens, ik ga ook lekker slapen. Mijn mand in. Jij denk ik ook. En morgen zijn we er weer vanaf 8 uur met de Stad Super 3.
Every Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Central European Time, we spin those old school dance hits, Italo disco and high energy from the 80s. www.radiostaddenhaag.nl. Live with your requests. Go to our website, click the box and mail us your request. Radio Stad Den Haag. Every Sunday live.
Iedere zondag tussen 5 en 7, Michiel van der Brugge in Doucheco. Met natuurlijk een terugblik naar de Haagse flitsende 50 uit de 80s. Jouw douche vol met disco. Elke zondag tussen 5 en 7 op Radio Stad.